guys, during this winning streak, have had some games where the bats really came alive. What's it like to provide a performance like this and kind of win in a different way?
It feels amazing. To have a win streak, you got to have both sides. They pick us up with the bats all the time. If we give up, 4 or more, they're going to put up 9, 10. So being able to pick them up for once is, what a winning team is going to do. So if we keep that going, we got a special thing going.
Being an in-state kid, just a game of this magnitude Friday night, just what kind of emotions did you experience over the course of this outing?
Being in state, it's pretty special. I just always, Oregon's been my dream school, and then being able to, pitch against Oregon State, who has a good history, but the emotions are pretty crazy. So it felt really good.
Are you generally a guy who feeds off that in a positive way? It seemed like almost you were able to ride your emotions through some of those jams you were in.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I pitch better, the more adrenaline I got, so if I can keep the emotions high but under control, I can't get too wild. Keep them under control but keep that adrenaline up, and I feel like that's when I'm at my best.
How were you able to keep those energies, those emotions under control in that 7th inning when you had the bases loaded scenario?
Just trusting, what Andrew's going to call, trusting myself. And trusting my defense behind me. I know they're going to make a play. They've been making plays all night, and so I just knew that if I just gave them a chance, move to bat, stop walking people, I felt like I was very confident we were going to get out of that.
7 innings of one hit ball. Obviously, a lot of things were going right, but what specifically did you feel like was going the best tonight?
Everything felt pretty good. Being like I've said before, just throwing 4 pitches for strikes. Keeps them off balance. Being able to do that really helps, and so they're kind of guessing. I feel like sometimes, and that's also Angier. Keeping them off balance and being able to call what he needs to call, and it worked out very well.
Remember what the call was on the 3-1 when you're up at base loaded, 1 out in the 7th, 3-1 to Casper.
Fastball.
Yeah,
fastball. So I just, like I said, trusted Angier and threw it out there and trusted my defense.
And when you get the long fly out with 2 out, just when it first comes off the bat, what do you think?
It didn't sound super well off the bat. As a pitcher, you know when it's barreled up, and if it's going to leave. So, and it didn't sound like that, so I didn't feel like that. So I was pretty confident. That's why I started walking off, because I kind of knew with the sound of the bat, I knew that I wasn't going very far.
When you got out of those 2 jams, you looked pretty pumped coming off the mound. What was going through your mind when you get out of something critical like that?
Like I said, just adrenaline. As at its max, it means a lot. In-state game like that. Holding them to no runs. Like I said, picking up our offense. Just being able to just put up a 0. It's just huge, especially with runners on. Being able to put up zeros is just massive. So just the adrenaline and all the emotions, just kind of come out when you're done.
Are you still pretty pumped up right now? Moving around all the place.
Yeah, a little bit. Not as much. When I first came out, the last 2 innings, I was still shaking with adrenaline and stuff. But I've definitely calmed down a little bit.
This is back-to-back starts now for you that you have over 7 innings complete, 3 runs against Arizona. Obviously, no runs tonight. Just where do you feel like you're at so far in this season?
I feel really good. Like I said, it just comes from just having trust and getting the experience. The more innings you get, the more games you play, the more comfortable you get. So just the more I can get out there, hopefully I can keep this up.
If you can explain just what does it mean to you in that, and when Angier does come out to the mound there in the 7th, the difference of finishing out the way you did and getting those outs and having 7 one-hit innings versus if he takes you out there. Just what does that mean to you as a pitcher, as a player, psychologically, mentally? What is the difference there?
I think that shows he has a lot of trust in me, and that means a lot. Having that connection with him, and I wasn't going to come out. I didn't want to come out, so I was kind of saying that as he was walking out there. I didn't know if he was going to pull me then, but that shows that he has a lot of trust in me, and our relationship is very good, and I respect that he trusts me a lot.
You didn't allow a hit for the first 6 innings. What were you thinking when the leadoff single in the 7th?
It's nothing. Yeah, just next pitch. It's cool to have it. I lost it. Next pitch, go get the shutout.
Did you know that you didn't allow a hit through 6?
Yeah.
Was that you checking the scoreboard, or was that somebody telling you that?
No, that's me. Yeah. No, as a pitcher, you definitely know.